Well, man, today's the day.
It's a happy inside day.
I
love this thing.
We got Ron here, and I think she's about to go down the road. So, you good with this?
Yeah,
I know you're a big gas guy.
Happy
I'm
and
diesel.
sad. I do like this trunk, but I'm happy to see it go.
So, hey, Reed, what's up, man? We just did the deal on this thing, man.
It.
Reed's gonna be taking this thing home. It's going to a new home. It's staying in Florida, going the other side of Florida. But we've done everything we wanted to do with it. We got this thing pretty much dialed right now. It should be able to be taken out and honestly beat on whatever. We did a lot of upgrades to it the past year. Didn't really want to get rid of it, but with the 6.0 coming back together and other projects going on, it's like we got to dwindle our projects down just a little bit. Except we might buy something else.
I was gonna say, come on.
We might buy something else, but no, for real. We want to just get the projects down a little bit and focus on the bigger projects that have been taking us a while. So we're gonna get this thing gone. Yeah, I've already been paid for it, so it's not even mine anymore. I don't even know. It's surreal right now.
I tried to talk him into taking your right foot, but he wouldn't take it.
No, I gotta keep that thing because that's the biggest damage. That's job security for you, bud.
I said, man, I can make you a good deal on his right foot.
That's your job security. Well, we'll get this thing loaded up, man. It's headed to the other side of Florida, so it's been fun, Ron, but time for you to go.
Baby Ron Burgundy is leaving me. I am gonna miss it. Not gonna miss some of the days, some of the nights when she was being naughty, but I'm gonna miss it. This is pretty fancy, really. I like this. I like this trailer, though. It's kind of neat. That's a step. I'd go a little more. That's probably pretty good. There she is, boys.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
What do you think?
Going away, man. There it goes, man. I'm gonna really miss it. It's just gonna be like a really sad day today, and it's gone down the way.
Yeah.
It's no more.
Wipe a few more of them tears away.
Yeah, just go. Nah, he seemed like a good kid, man. And you know, he said he had a small business. He works on stuff, and I honestly, like, that truck it's solid. It's ready to go. So luckily at this point, we'll start focusing on the other projects, especially the 6.0, getting it back together.
Except for that one other project.
We have one project we might buy, but it's not really a project.
Yes, it is.
It's not really a project. It's kind of a project. So we'll see about this little something that we might have up our sleeve. But you guys will think it's really cool. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Ron's gone. On to bigger and better things, maybe.
I wish they would have took that thing with them. I couldn't talk them into it.
Well, we just got everything back from the machine shop. The engine is looking great. Justin sent the block down, got it ready and dialed. It is looking good. I mean, this thing is ready to have the head. Went to Advanced Cylinder Heads over in Sanford or Winter Park, Florida. Those guys, I did not know about them, and I was looking for someone to fire ring this head, and those guys were super awesome. They brought me in, showed me their facility. They can port heads. They can do whatever. I mean, literally, they have a full-blown, probably one of the most badass cylinder head / engine machine shops I've seen. All the good tools. They actually just had Steve Morris' car in there because that sick week he hurt it. Took it to their shop. They tore it down, helped him with that, but just got the head back. I mean, it looks phenomenal. This thing looks great. I mean, they fire ringed it, new valve, seats, screw-in cups for the coolant system, so this thing shouldn't blow any of the freeze plugs out of the head. Sorry, I'm mind blank there. But everything, I mean, this head looks freaking brand new. So They did a phenomenal job on that. So we're happy with that. We got that back. These parts, Advanced Cylinder Heads over in Winter Park, Florida. Thank you guys so much. They took care of us really good, had us in and out. On top of that, we got this table of goodies. Got a lot of good names involved in this. We got a D&J billet valve cover going on it. We got Fleece Performance Fuel Filter Delete. Good alternator on there because we had to convert the alternator to a 1-wire. Pusher intakes. We got our pusher intake setup right here. Another fleece part here. We got our fleece coolant bypass. Fleece turbo swap kit for the S400 turbo. We've got the wiring harness from Fire Punk Diesel, so we're going to be running a standalone harness, which is going to help us eliminate anything we didn't need on the truck, stuff we're not going to use anymore, air conditioning, that kind of stuff. Eventually, we plan to put a vintage air in it, but we're going to get everything running right, get the truck 100% done, and then we can add the vintage air after that. So on top of that, we got a Hamilton Cams 188-220. We've got a fire ring head gasket from Hazley Machine. So, I mean, we've got a badass list of parts here. I wanted to make this thing stout and make it hold up to the abuse that we're going to be throwing at it. And we're waiting on right now, we don't have them yet, but we got a 14mm CP3 and we got 250% over injectors going to be here. On top of that, from Hardway Performance, we got one of their fresh 10-bar map sensors for this thing, which should be pretty sick. So we went up to a 10-bar sensor so Ryan can tune this thing right and get it dialed. So guys, I'm excited. We got all this stuff here sitting here. Freaking awesome. So we're gonna go bolt all this stuff on and hopefully this thing rips here very shortly. We're gonna start getting the engine assembled. I don't think we'll have it assembled by the end of the video, or I'm sorry, running and driving by the end of the video, but we should at least have it assembled. And then hopefully at that point we can set the cab down, run our standalone through the cab, get all that stuff dialed, and then we gotta install a throttle pedal in the cab, a few other things, but for the most part, I think this thing's gonna rip. I think it's gonna be a lot more streetable. The engine's not hurt like the last engine. This engine was super clean. My buddy Brandon from America TV, he got us the engine and he took my engine. Check out their channel. They're messing with that thing and doing some stuff with it for a burnout truck. So they got my old one, and I think this 6.7 is just gonna be so streetable and drivable. We're gonna have way more fun with this thing. So let's get on getting the head on this thing, getting all these good parts on it, and making this thing rip. It's gonna be a ripper. Well, first things first, now the head's on, we got to torque it down. Everything went on really smooth, but we got our ARP 625 plus studs. A little known fact in the diesel world, if anybody was wondering, on the 6.7 Cummins, the 425 studs, they really don't do the job like the 625s. These do require a hot retorque, which means once we start the truck up, we're gonna have to go through it, and we're gonna have to hot retorque them once the truck is warmed up. But they are a really good stud. They're a lot better. These studs alone are over $1,000 just for those studs. So basically they have a higher tensile strength, and they're a little bit stronger. So we are gonna put them on this thing, should be good. And anytime we do the 6.7 Cummins, even for our customers, we always put the 625 plus studs on there, no matter what. We usually keep a few sets in stock just in case. Dude, we got us some stuff going on here. So we are starting to put the camshaft in it, our 188-220 cam. Justin's been hustling on it, alternators on it, coolant lines are on it, turbos on it, downpipes on it, everything, every hole has been plugged that we don't need anymore. So all that stuff is done. This side, we got the fuel filter delete on it because we're gonna be running a fast fuel system, obviously. Our boys at Fast, getting her dialed. And then we've got to, which we are going to be changing the pressure on that for anybody that asks. We're going to be changing it different from the P pump. We have to change out the return spring on that, make that thing flow a little less pressure. Fresh starter on it. Computer's already mounted up. Our old CP3 is still in here. Basically what we're going to do is get our camshaft installed, and once the camshaft is installed, we can jump to everything up top now. So we can put our rockers on, our adjust the valves, we can do everything up top, injectors, get the valve cover on it, and then start assembling the front at that point too, where then we can, you know, basically get this thing ready to put the cab down. So make it a little bit of a mess, but we're getting it done. We're getting it dialed in. So a lot of stuff going on.
Let me tell you, this camshaft, this is good news.
So it should be pretty good. So now we're gonna pull them up, and right now what these wooden dowels do, they kind of stab into the lifter and then you pick the lifter up. So basically you stab them into the lifter basically, and you pick it up so that way it you can remove your camshaft properly. So this one, they're both in there. Come on, baby. So like that one's good there, and then that one's good there. And then what we're gonna do is take a rubber band, you tie it around here, tie it around the valves, and that'll hold the dowels up so we can remove the cam, and then that way the lifters don't fall. Alrighty, got all our dowels tied up here, and we're gonna snatch this camshaft out of this thing.
Did our science experiment for the day. We had a craft time.
It's all right. Oh yeah, she's gonna slide right out of there. Keep in mind, we already have it at top dead center. We're gonna line those marks back up. This thing is keyed, so we can line it right back up and put exactly where it was. It's really difficult to get that out of whack. She's a big long sucker.
There we go. Put my hand in there now.
Yep. One more, buddy. I think it's one more low. There it is. She's out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this tray in here. That way, if anything decides it wants to come out or fall out, it falls into this tray and not into our engine. Whoops, hang on. Nope, put it back in the other way. I put it backwards.
Oh, because the end on it.
Yep, needs to go that way.
It's a little harder to see
Can't see much, huh?
the bearings. I believe that's it.
That's all right. Oh yeah, feel it's hitting the back cover. She's in there, boys. She is in there. All right, so we're fishing some of the lifters out there. We practiced on a couple. We already got 3 in. You guys can watch the process on this. So basically, what we're gonna do is anytime you need a new cam, you should do a set of lifters in it, especially on a flat tappet. The roller stuff, not as much. But as far as this goes, we are going to basically pull our dowels, push them out. They go into this tray, slide them out, and then we kind of got to fish them back in. And I come up here and stab them with the wooden dowel and pull it up through. So we're gonna put a couple more lifters in it and hopefully get them all dialed and then slap our cam in there and be good to go. All right, we got all of our new lifters in, so that is ready to go. At this point, we're gonna go grab our cam, get our cam gear pressed off, press it on the new cam, and then slide that old girl in here, and cam swap is done at that point.
Not too bad.
No, not bad at all. Probably take, it's a little time consuming doing the lifters, but it wasn't miserable. With the right tools, I bet if we, probably an hour if we started from start to finish.
Because there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. So
Yep.
once you get your learning curve down, then you...
Not bad. Lifters are in, 6.7 Cummins. Let's go, on to the next. A little trick I learned back a long time ago. Normally when you got to press the gear on, off, stuff like that, to help make this work better, you can freeze the gear. Freeze like your cam. We used to freeze our sleeves for the engines, for like semi-engines. Whenever we do wet sleeves, we'd freeze them in the freezer, pull them out, and they usually would pop right in, not a big deal. So I kind of use the same deal on later stuff in life. And like this cam gear, hopefully the cam gear, I won't have to heat it up. I can pull the camshaft out of the freezer, which we let it sit there overnight, and this cam gear should go on pretty easily. We'll see.
I thought that was lunch.
You don't want to try to eat this. So we're gonna put our keyway in it. It's chilly, buddy.
Stick your tongue to it.
Down.
Yep.
All right. notice we're using a brass drift. I mean, this thing is brass hammer. I'm not really hitting it that hard. I'm barely even, and it's going right down on it. Getting a little firm, so I think maybe we'll try pressing it the rest of the way on, but I mean, it's literally not doing any damage whatsoever. So yeah, we'll start doing that. Alrighty, we got our gear on there. We let the cam warm up a little bit after taking it out of the freezer. Big thing now is to get some lube on this thing and get her stuck in where it needs to go. So what we'll do is I'll hold it out and start getting it in there if you want to lube it up as we go in.
Oh, you gonna do that or just lube the whole thing?
Well, I'm gonna hold it and then just oh yeah, don't be afraid to put some of that on there. We're gonna have to break this thing in nicely. It should go pretty nice. All right, throw her in there. First start getting it started, and then pick up on that. One more. We'll get one more in there. All right. Start doing the rest of them. Some goo, buddy. He's goo.
It should be good and lubed, I would say.
I would say she's pretty good and lubed up. Rather have too much than not enough in this situation.
For sure.
We just wiped the cam out. We don't want to do that again. It's a long ass, heavy, long camshaft. You know, this is not a.
That's a little longer.
This ain't a small block Chevy camshaft for sure.
Not a 4-cylinder.
See, that'll do it, man. That looks freaking. It's so sticky. Oh, these are tricky, man. They're long. Oh yeah. And then he's gonna line his top dead center marks up. So the engine is at top dead center. And we like to do that just because it doesn't have to be, but we do prefer that when we're doing anything like this. So everything's at TDC and we know where it's at. There it goes. She's in there.
You need some assembly lube or anything?
I'm good. I'm all right. That's all you, buddy.
All right.
Look at that. Heck yeah. All right, now we can take our rubber bands off here, get our maze of bands off. And honestly, these can all pop out now. The lifters can all drop down. Some of those rigs are in there, man. But all these dowels now, they can come out. And these lifters can drop down where they need to be and ride on that camshaft. Put our trusty toolkit away.
I've got to put that thing in safe.
Yeah. We're good. All right, guys. Camshaft is in. This thing is really coming together now. Front cover's about to go on it. Injectors, injection pump, all that stuff will go on it. Valve cover. And at that point, we'll be just about ready to drop our cab down. So should be going down pretty quick here shortly. Well, our camshaft is back in the engine, so now we're going to jump over the fuel system. But we are going to stop the video there today, and we're going to get back on this thing in the next video. Should be getting the fuel system bolted on it, getting the cab back down, getting the harness completely all hooked up. Some of the harnesses ran already, but we don't have anything inside the cab ran. We got to install a gas pedal and some other stuff. So it is coming together. It is looking freaking awesome. It is coming together. It's going to be nice. We're fired up about it. Soon this thing will be ready. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Ron is gone. So he hit the road and is gone and on to the next one. So appreciate you guys watching, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.